So people, this here shootout. Well, first of all, let me tell you what a definition of a shootout is. A shootout is essentially a combat simulator. It's real combat, but it's a simulation. AKA, it don't really count. Because when you spawn in, all you're gonna do is die and respawn eventually. So, might as well go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Be aggressive because there is no point in holding on to your life like you need it. You don't, because you want to get it right back anyway. Now, flat out the way, this here shootout demonstrates the 3 different kinds of player, or I guess 4 if you include me. The 3 to 4 different kinds of players you have in the shootout. So there's me, the active player, aka a guy who runs around and tries to actively find people to get shot at and do the shooting toward. Right? That's the 4th. The 3rd kind of player is this man. He drops shots like it's Call of Duty. Now, I'm not going to give him a name. I'll leave that up to you all, but that's the 3rd kind of player. The 2nd kind of player, well, you want to see them in a minute. So we're going to take a pause on that train of thought, and I want you all to count for me. Count how many times I get shot at by 2 different directions simultaneously. Count that for me. It ain't happened yet, I believe, but yeah, just hold on. So like I was saying, this 2nd kind of player, that is the 2nd kind of player. AKA a person who knows their one spot and will go to that one spot every single time, no matter how many times they die, because they will die on that hill. Literally. So that's the 2nd kind of player. The 1st kind of player, we just seen them. But don't worry, we're going to see them a lot more. Because you see, the 1st player is the antithesis of the 4th player. If you can't read in between the lines, what I'm trying to tell you is, the 1st player that we are going to see in the near future will always kill the 4th player, because the 4th kind of player will be running around. And the 1st player will sit in one spot and wait. So yeah, now that we've identified the 4th kind of players, let's count them out for you. Oh, here's a 3rd player right here. Yep. My nigga, it is not Call of Duty. Didn't the developers nerf drop shotting? Didn't they? But people still do it. I don't know. Maybe it's muscle memory. It is what it is. So, there's a 3rd kind of player. Where is the 1st player? Not here yet. Actually, they are here. And oh, look, I'm getting shot at twice. So I gotta find some way to get out of there. AKA, like I said, combat simulator. And here is the 2nd kind of player. As I put on my body armor. Oh, nope, I don't. Because dude is literally right about there. Why'd I go off? Because he's right there. That's why that shit went off. You see, the 2nd kind of player, like I said, the 2nd, will go to a spot and they will sit there. You know what I'm saying? And in some cases, there are some players out here who are really good at sitting at that one spot and aiming down sight. We call those professional campers. Or at least that's what I call them. Now, the 1st kind of player is a guy who runs to a damn rooftop and sits there. But plot twist, my dear people, this guy is not on a rooftop. Where is he at, you might ask? Check the staircase. Don't see him. That's not him. There you go. Where's he at? I'll tell you. Matter of fact, he's going to shoot me. And there you go. There he is. Some way, somehow, I'm still alive. Now, if I was him, I would uninstall. If I did all of that, damn. If I did all of that, still didn't kill the guy, I would uninstall. Honestly. Because I'd be like, how did dude take a full-blown shotgun blast to the chest and live? How? Yep, that's what I would do. But it's cool, though. There's a guy around that corner. You don't believe me, do you? There he is. And I should have died right here. I should have died. But, well, Beretta has a very low clip capacity, so it is what it is. So honestly, it's kind of like a Vigor Shootout ecosystem. Everyone feeds off of the other person. Don't think it's an evolution tree. Don't think that. Don't think like, okay, it goes camper to professional camper to somewhat active to active to Call of Duty. See, like there's like 5 stages of that. And in my humble opinion, there's only 4 kinds of players in this here. Not really in this here, but in every shootout. Well, I guess there is 5, honestly. Because, there's that one dude who forgets he's playing the game and just stands still for the entire match. There is that one guy. And people, let me just ask you all a question. Have any of you blasted an entire shootout without getting killed? And I know some of y'all are going to say, Jet, I don't play shootouts. I get you. I got you. But to the few who do, have any of you went an entire shootout without dying? Now, I didn't say went an entire shootout and killed somebody and still went without dying. No. All I'm saying is, did you go without dying? Because there are some people out here, and I want to say I have this recorded. There are some people out here who will find a little nook, a little cranny, and go prone there for the entire match just to get a challenge done of survive a Vigor shootout without getting killed. I've seen the challenge and I've seen people do it, but here's a straw that breaks camel's back. Spectator mode. And you see, that's another thing about shootouts that people don't seem to realize. If you're getting destroyed by somebody, don't get mad and rage quit. Just spectator mode for a reason. Watch them and learn. And, I don't know, try not to accuse of cheating unless they do that bullshit where every time they do something, they squat. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait. Hold on. Important moment. Watch this shit. Watch this, right? Dude is here. Call of Duty man. Right? Look at this shit. That's positioning right there. That wasn't me. That was positioning. But yeah, like I was saying, spectate the guy who's killing you. See what he's doing. And going back to the whole squatting and reloading thing, it's not just reloading. It's squatting and doing anything. I want to say my comment section told me that's a custom controller bind. AKA, when they reload, they squat. It's like one button for them. I'm not that deep in the game. It's not that deep, dude. It's not but a video game. I mean, if you want to be the best, sure. But if you gotta spend money to be the best, then it's not about being the best. It's about who has the most money. And I mean, look, I can't say anything because when I first got into Vigor, I was on Xbox One. Then I got the Series S. And let me tell you, going from the 1 to the S was a leap forward. But then I went from the S to the X. And boy, let me tell you something. Going from the Xbox One to the Xbox One X, dog, it feels like you're going at light speed compared to everybody else. Because hardware. And I feel bad for Twitch players who don't have an account anymore. But let's damn face it. Y'all are getting the short end of the stick like it was freaking... They're giving out short end stick hot like damn hot cakes. Honestly. Look at this bullshit. Yep. That just happened. And dude is on very little health. It is what it is. Now, let's circle back to the very start of our conversation here. 4th player, me. 3rd player, Call of Duty man. 2nd kind of player, a guy who runs to a rooftop and sits there. 1st kind of player, a guy who runs to a certain spot and sits there. Don't gotta be a rooftop. Now, how many of those kind of players did you see in your previous shootout? How many in this shootout? Let me know what you think. If I'm right about, the archetypes in Vigor shootouts, because to me, it's just funny. And everyone feeds off of another person. Yes, I covered one example, but hey, That's why the comment section is there. So you all can tell me if I'm right or not. Rooftop kills guy in the 4th slot. It don't matter. The guy in the 4th slot still wins. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.